Thousands of men have deleted their Instagram accounts because of me over the last week. Instagram banned me about 2 weeks ago because I made a video telling people to delete it for the mental health benefits that comes when you take a step back from social media. They banned me, it pissed me off, and I saw the veil being pulled back, and I realized that we are literally at war with technocracy, with these social media, these porn companies that have taken everyone that we love away, glued to their fucking phones. I realized this, I made an emotional video telling people of the consequences of being hooked onto these platforms. They banned me, it pissed me off. Thousands of men have deleted their Instagram accounts after this. Soon to be tens of thousands. You must realize that this is the war, this is our war. This is our generation's war. They will try to get me killed. I say this and I know it might sound cringe, I know it might sound crazy. We are messing with millions of dollars of their money. Thousands of people are leaving these platforms because I'm pushing forward this message, this revolution. I'm leading a revolution against these companies that have stripped away our mental health, that has left so many of us depressed, anxious, insecure, feeling inferior, suicidal. You and I have spent hundreds, thousands of hours on these platforms feeling like shit, seeing like girls taking more and more clothes off, seeing guys who are like bigger than us, more successful than us, and it fucks your brain. And when you think about the effect that it's had on the woman that you would have paired up with, and now both of you have got such fucked up mental health you can no longer express love truly. And if you do get into a relationship and she uses social media, just know that she's looking, like she doesn't mean to, she's not a bad person for this, but she sees guys who are more attractive than you every single day. She sees couples who are more happy than you guys every single day. What is that doing to her mental health and her perception of your relationship? The same with your mother. She sees women on these platforms who are skinnier than she is, and she feels like shit even though she's never expressed it to you. These companies they waged war on us and we didn't even realize for years. They've been fighting this invisible battle and they have literally been fucking us. We didn't even realize we were in war up until a week ago. This is our generation's war. I know that this sounds so weird, so crazy. You've never seen a YouTube video like this. But when I say that they will try to get me killed, I genuinely think that is like a realistic version. One thing you must know about me, and you may know this already if you've watched a bunch of my videos, I'm a very serious guy. Sometimes, yeah, I goof around and I joke with my friends, but like, I'm a serious guy. You can look through the 1st of April on my channel. I've never done some kind of April Fool's joke. I've never done some kind of prank. I'm not that kind of person. You can tell by my personality, I'm not that kind of person. If there is a time, I know that this is weird as fuck to say, but if there is a time that you hear from my sister, my family, or some of my members of staff, especially Sam. Sam is like the first member of like, the first employee I ever had. You may have like known him. He's got a YouTube channel himself. If you hear from these people, especially with my family, saying that Hamza's disappeared, that Hamza's gotten into some kind of like car crash or some shit, bro, trust me when I say I don't get into fucking accidents. I've not been in an accident like in my entire life. I don't get into accidents. I don't get into like car crashes or some bullshit. I don't just get stabbed. Like, they know my story. You know, I was just about to say I don't just get stabbed, and then straight away I was like, oh, well, like, you know, someone did try to stab me a few years ago. We are up against an enemy. These nerds, hundreds of nerds, and these like PR trained robots. The senior executives who need to increase profits by 3%, and so they'll do that by increasing retention by 7.9% and all this like corporate bullshit. We are up against nerds, and trust me when I say they will do their research. If I disappear, or if I get killed, or if I go through an accident soon, it will be in all attempts to not seem suspicious. I've spoke previously that a racist guy tried to stab me. This is completely irrelevant to this, but a racist guy tried to stab me a few years ago in 2018. It's even on the news and everything. They will try to like mimic something similar to that. They will pay a crackhead to come and like stab me in my gym, or, you know, like an area that they know that I go to. They will somehow cause some kind of accident that seems completely like just fine. Trust me, bro. If something happens to me, like maybe it is just an accident, but I just want you to implant this into your mind, because I'm putting myself in a very vulnerable position, because I am literally outwardly going online and convincing thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, to delete their social media accounts. We are fucking with millions of their dollars. They'll happily, but I know, like, you know, Facebook and all these companies seem like, oh yes, our goal is to use like all renewable energy by 20, you know, they seem kind of nice, don't they? They understand the game of power. And for millions of dollars, bro, millions of dollars, they'd happily make someone disappear. If something happens to me in the next year, 2 years, the next 2 weeks, be very suspicious, be very suspicious. And I promise you right now that I will not fake anything. I'm giving you this disclaimer of myself because like YouTubers are often known for doing silly shit and like pranks. You've known, if you've watched my videos, you know that I'm not that kind of guy. I will never prank you. I will never make a video like, oh, like, Hamza's dead, everybody. I will never do that shit. And so if you see a video on my channel where if maybe it's my sister crying or some shit and she's found like how to log into the YouTuber channel or something. If you see Sam make an announcement, oh yeah, like Hamza's family, you know, he's got like my sister and everything on Discord and stuff. My sister works for me as well. And he says, yeah, like Hamza hasn't come home for 2 days. I'm very connected to like my family. I message them all the time. They know where I am. Oh yeah, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go like, you know, outside. I'm going to go meet this friend. If I suddenly disappear, be suspicious. If I suddenly get into some kind of accident, just, oh yeah, just you know, an accident no one could have get, bro, be suspicious. I know that this is fucking weird, but it just hit me. I was like, they would happily make me disappear. They banned me from Instagram just like that because I posted a video saying delete Instagram now. Just like that, no warning, no nothing. They don't give a fuck about like one singular person. And I guarantee that I am on like their sites now, like more and more they're starting to like hear of this Hamza guy in this bathrobe. Like they don't understand who like they've got like a whiteboard. All of the senior executives, they stood around a fucking whiteboard and Mark Zuckerberg's there like, who is Jeffrey? Well, yeah, the one thing we're going to do is just make him disappear. He's rousing too much suspicion. You see how, do you know how these companies have profited billions of dollars? Do you understand? They've been fighting an invisible battle, a battle that we didn't even know existed. They've been fighting a war against us, and we didn't even realize we were at war. You've heard it before in like movies like Fight Club. We have no great war. That is not true anymore. Our great war is the war against social media. Our great war is this invisible battle that's fought over the internet, and it's fought with weaponized attention. The weapons in this war are no longer nukes. They aren't guns. They aren't swords or fists or sticks or rocks. It is attention. Attention is so far the single most effective weapon in a war that we've ever seen before. I mentioned on a previous video, if you've looked into war strategies, I know it's kind of like a weird niche to look into, but perhaps you might be interested in that. There's the book 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene, and also the book The Art of War by Sun Tao. These are like the accounts of war strategists. It's like, you know, full on like real generals and everything from lots and lots of wars hundreds of years ago. And it said that the single most effective way to win a war that shows like complete competence in like the general who's led it is to win without bloodshed. It's to win without the enemy even knowing that he's been fighting a war that he's been losing. That's who we're up against. They have literally implemented what has been said as the single greatest strategy of war that humans have ever known. The social media companies have been doing that so well. That is the level of enemy that we are up against. I don't know about you, but there's so many emotions and thoughts inside of me. So much, like I burst out of bed every single morning over the last like week since this has happened, since I really just put into my mind, oh fuck, we are at war. They are winning by a long shot. But they don't realize that they've now come up against and they've pissed off someone. And I'm a very, very ambitious and obsessive guy. I sat here the other day and something just clicked and I was like, oh yeah, Crush them totally. That's the phrase that's in my mind. I'm an ambitious guy. You know, at first maybe my intention was, oh yeah, I'll make a video and maybe like 50 people will delete their Instagram accounts. Maybe enough that, you know, they'll realize, maybe enough that we'll get into the news and like, yeah, 10,000 people have deleted their Instagram accounts for the sake of mental health, guys. We'll get like a 3-minute spot on like Tuesday at 7 p.m. on some news company. This is our generation's war. No one has been talking about this. But we've been losing. They've been fighting like this invisible war that we haven't even been aware of. And their casualties are 1 billion. 1 billion people have already lost this battle. What's interesting is that we have the ability to revive those who have been lost. There is a chance for us to find someone who's so totally just invested into social media and to pull them out of that grip. That's what I aim to do with these videos. I think that makes me a target, and I won't lie to you. I will tell you the absolute truth. I am scared. It seems like silly to talk about, oh yeah, like I'm scared that Mark Zuckerberg's going to try and get me killed. Of course, like I don't think he would have direct impact, but like I don't know about you, but I can really see that as a realistic possibility. That they would have course want to silence someone this is the first time they've been attacked like this. This is the first time like some big social media companies, Facebook, has been targeted like this. And I have a fairly big reach. I have a big influence, and it's only getting bigger and bigger and bigger exponentially every single day. My channel, this is the fastest my channel's ever grown. So we know this message is so relatable to so many people. I don't think those big people up there who literally have investments of millions, personally so invested, you know, like the senior executive or some shit, they're so invested into the growth of these companies to make sure that no one speaks ill of them. They wouldn't mind paying some hitman to take care of me, to make me disappear. When you see like these big guys at social media companies, Mark Zuckerberg, and you see them go to like the court, you can see that they're so PR trained that they're literally like robots. You know, there's a joke that Mark Zuckerberg is like a robot, an alien, a lizard. Because we are dealing with some like professionals. I want to say it once again. I've posted enough videos. You can, like, if you're probably watching this, you probably watch a bunch of my videos. You know that I've done videos on like, the aesthetic body and like getting girls and stuff. So you've seen enough of like my brain sort of creativity and everything over years. I've got hundreds of videos. You can tell that from the start of like this channel, this was never really my intention to get to this point, right? This wasn't some big long con to get to here. I literally just realized like what the fuck's happening in the last week. You can look through my channel. There's never been a time where I've tried to prank you. There's never been a time where I've tried to like do anything like that. And so if you see me disappear, be like there's a certain thing I've been visualizing, and it's almost like you're my lifeline. You and the tens of thousands of men who are watching this, you're my lifeline. It's like a certain visualization I've had that if I do disappear, it's like the boys will come together in like this autistic internet search. Like I've seen this happen on like 4chan or something, where like, or Twitter or whatever it is, where people will come in and all these like computer guys will come in and be like, okay, look, here's his last like coordinates, and then look, there's like this links to this CCTV over here and here and here, and like they're piecing it all together. That's what I'm really hoping for here, bro. If I disappear, bro, fucking assemble the nerds, message the guys at 4chan, bro, fucking post on our fit or some shit and tell them, and just get their fucking help, bro. Please don't let me die, bro. I don't know what the fuck these guys are gonna try and do to me, but I am quite certain. I know this sounds really fucking weird, but like I am actually quite certain that like maybe this video is gonna stop them, but I have the assumption that they don't give a fuck about making like a singular person disappear. And fuck. I just thought then, I said that last sentence that they won't, you know, care about making someone disappear. They'd happily like kill me off. Then I just thought about that same quote that the greatest strategy of war is to win without bloodshed. And I just thought, oh yeah, well, it's not really in their style for real violence. And then I was like, they'll make me disappear. And then I just thought, well, yeah, they banned me from Instagram. Perhaps that is the way that they would really... And then now we just got common sense. Like, oh yeah, they'll cancel you. This has just got common sense to me now. But yeah, they'll make me disappear from the internet. I'd be like somehow like IP banned or something, and I can never make an Instagram account again. That's very interesting, isn't it? Like how... But what would you say I am? The whistleblower, you know, someone who's like speaking ill of like a big company. 50 years ago, or even in some countries today, that person will just disappear. He'll just get assassinated. He'll just like trip on 7 knives in his back or some shit like that. The way that these modern day social media companies are making people disappear is just by cancelling them and just removing them from the platform. That's the equivalent of like being killed by the cartel. You just disappear. So maybe perhaps I won't disappear in some like significant thing of like, oh wait, Hamza's gone missing. But perhaps one day you'll just look onto YouTube and my channel just won't be there anymore. That's how they silence people these days. Andrew Tate is blown up right now, and he said this a lot. Like he almost like jokingly says it, that he's been banned so many times. He's been banned like 9 times from Twitter, a bunch of times because of the stuff that he says. And now he's really created a fantastic strategy where like he can't really be banned because of how many people are sharing his content. They'll try and silence me and you by just removing you from the platform, as they did with me on Instagram. You can go and look. You can go look for my Instagram account. I posted a screenshot as well on my community post. They literally just deactivated it. You speak ill of these people, they will just remove you. They'll silence you. They'll make you disappear. That's very interesting. The link that has just created in my mind. The modern day version of like how some big like CIA agents or something would have like kidnapped you and killed you off like very silently is the equivalent of you just being removed from some platform, just being silenced. They'll make you disappear. We're literally up against a very organized gang. When like hopefully you've maybe been seeing it, it's like there's a lot of similarities. Fuck. I think me and my team need to do some thinking of how we can bulletproof ourselves and safeguard ourselves from just being cancelled and just being made silenced and made to disappear. Understand this, we are at war. This is a war. Just because it isn't with nukes and swords doesn't mean that it doesn't follow the same rules of a war. It doesn't follow the same strategies. We are at war, and we didn't even realize we were at war till a few days ago. The enemy is the social media companies, and the weapon is attention. Click on this video to learn more right now. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.